Drinking this album, listen to the brews. I think it would pair well, if only for you, 'cause it's Album ReBrews.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another rousing episode of Album ReBrews. I am a machine, and I'm built to last. My name is Sarah, and I'm also one of your hosts. Beep, bop, boop.
Oh, hey guys. I actually fit like a glove, not a mitten. My name's Zach.
Whoa.
Hello, my name is Brie, and I'm a huge fan of batteries because I'm feeling both positive and negative.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's really good.
That is the best thing about batteries. They show you both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Is this album about batteries?
It can be. You know.
Maybe we'll figure it out by the
Yeah.
end of
Figure it
this
out.
episode.
Throw out all your notes. This is now a battery investigative podcast.
Ooh.
Off air, we were talking about weird podcast ideas where someone like interviews lamps. I love the idea of a battery investigation podcast.
Mhm. What are they really about?
Yeah.
The true ambivert.
Well, we're super stoked to have you on the couch and in the room today. Brie, you host another music podcast out of Chicago, which we love to see in the key of Brie. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so it's a lovely little podcast where I have people come on and just talk about any music. You know, I figured you guys got that album space down quite well. You guys know how to do that. This is such a lovely little setup and
Thank
everything.
you.
And for my podcast, I wanted it to be more open. So if you want to come on and talk about like, hey, when I was 16, I really liked these 3 songs and like they're country, alternative, and classical. Cool. Come on and talk about them. If you just went to a really cool show, love to hear about it. You know, anybody's welcome on as long as you have ears and whether you like music or don't. If you want to come on and hate on something, ooh.
That's fun.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had a hate guest yet, but if you listen to some music and you're like, oh, that's terrible, let me know. I want you to come on and complain.
I love that you decided to be so open with it.
Yeah. My previous podcasts were super regimented and a very strong structure to them. So I wanted to open that up and let the guests kind of lead the way.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed listening. It's such like a space of enthusiasm, which I always love. I feel like our shows are very like twin flames in that way.
Oh,
Is it's just
absolutely.
people talking about stuff they like.
It's the Andrew WK approach.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something, do it. you
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Be about
Love
it.
Jinx.
Thanks. Well, speaking of things that you're about, Brie, will you tell us a little bit about the record we're talking about today?
Yes, so I am a huge fan of this album. It's Positive Songs for Negative People by Frank Turner. It is 10 years old this year, came out in 2015, and I don't know, this album just hit at a time in my life when I needed to hear it, and then has continued to hit at random times in my life when I need to hear it.
Hey, that's huge.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
It's the only album I have tattooed on me. I've got arm tattoos. I can
Oh,
show you, and then I don't
yeah.
know, I can just send you pictures. I can post them. But
Oh.
so we got a Moose is
Moose would like
sniffing
to
my-
sniff?
Yeah, my tattoos smell good. So we got a little syringe with a red plus, and then a pink and blue flowers on my right. Not forearm. What part is that?
Like it's
not
like
tricep,
kind of
bicep?
It's like between tricep and bicep.
Yeah, the outside there. You know,
Yeah.
if I had a bicep to show. And on my left side, we've got the same flowers but flipped, and then a shovel and a blue minus sign.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
that's so
I
good.
like the sort of the diptych of it all.
Oh, most of my tattoos are connected.
Oh, cool.
Very symmetrical.
I
So,
like
yeah.
that. I really like that.
Symmetrical is a good tattoo idea, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the complete opposite. I just plunk shit on. And I'm like, I'll think about placement and like the whole picture of it later, I guess. I just like this one thing right now.
Hey, not thinking about the placement is a plan about placement.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're
Oh.
so right.
Mhm.
You're so affirming. Thank you so much for being here.
I could not be affirming. I could shoot down everything you guys say if you want.
Oh.
We haven't tried that before.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should have. I don't know.
Hater episode.
Yeah, I'm realizing things this episode.
For anybody who has not listened to my podcast, I am a very sweet, wholesome person, I feel.
Mhm.
But the Conan O'Brien style comedy comes out, and I've got some barbs and jabs to make, but it's all in good fun. I don't mean any of it.
Yeah.
Most of it.
No, I remember you saying like I get kind of mean on the mic.
Yeah.
And I feel that way too. I feel like I'm a little extra saucier. There's a bit of a persona there.
You get a little power boost from
A
it.
little
It's something about
bit.
hearing your voice in your headphones. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I can say whatever.
It's like, wait, I'm the boss. I'm the boss now.
So great record pick.
Huge.
We're
Thank you.
super excited to talk more about it. We've also got a very cool beer pick.
That we do, yes.
Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so I chose Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald Porter. So it is a lovely little porter, and on the can it says, robust and complex, our porter is a bittersweet tribute to the legendary freighter's fallen crew, taken too soon when the gales of November came early. So if you don't know about the Edmund Fitzgerald, there's a lovely song by, what's his name?
Sufjan Stevens. I'm just kidding.
No, it's close to Sufjan Stevens. Gordon Lightfoot, folk singer from the 70s, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. He wrote it right around the time it happened.
Yeah. Okay. I only recently learned that song existed because Cam and I have been watching the latest season of Severance together.
Ooh.
Fantastic show. Highly recommend. Start a free Apple TV trial and then cancel. I don't give a fuck. But there was a scene where a guy was walking down the hallway and like whistling a tune, and it kind of sounded sea shanty adjacent. Cam's like, I think he was whistling the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I was like, niche pull.
Yeah.
But he was totally
Cam knew
right.
it.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little ballad.
Wow.
It was nice. It was
Yeah.
nice. A bit more ominous in this context, and that's all I'll say about that.
Never drank beer dedicated to a sunken ship. This is great.
Yeah.
This is a first.
We could switch albums if you want right now.
Well,
Pause.
tell us a bit about how this pick sort of relates to the album for you.
Yeah, so I got some notes here. So first off, if you want to bring that up every song, I've got a little note for how it relates to every
Huge.
song.
Oh, I
Every
love
song?
this.
But for the album as a whole, we have the song on there called Next Storm, and obviously this is about a ship that got wrecked in a storm. Also, we are recording on a little bit of a stormy afternoon, so this is a really
Kind of
nice pick.
perfect.
Yeah.
It is a mix of positive and negative, just like the album, Positive Song for Negative People. And the negative is, a boat sunk, but the positive, we got a tasty beer out of it. So,
Hey. Silver lining.
the can is blue, and the inside, the drink. Can you call a porter a red ale? Is that
Sometimes
I
there's
don't
a
know.
hint
It's
of red
kind
on
of
them.
like Coca-Cola color, which I think is
the
a
outside
reddish
of
brown.
the outside can of a Coke? Red.
Red.
Well, there it is.
There we go.
Boom.
And also, this episode is coming out around April,
Yep.
and there's a line about cruel April in there. And porters are for winter, just like mittens.
Yeah.
And also, this is about my brain shuts off sometimes.
Oh,
The drink is about a shipwreck that happened in history, just like Josephine, the song Josephine.
Wow.
Whoa.
So there's like a very deep root
this is-
system.
And
here.
one last thing,
Uh-huh.
it's described as bittersweet, positive and negative.
Yeah.
Bam.
I feel so bad. I hope this random worker at Benny's isn't listening, because I was like, hey, I'm going on a podcast. This is a silly thing. Can you help me pick a beer out?
That's
And
amazing.
he put so much thought into it, because he was like, folk punk. Okay, so we'll get like this IPA, but it's like a West Coast, but it's a new spin on it. And I was like, I don't think I would like that beer, so I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to go with what I had originally.
Oh, you thought about it so hard.
Oh my god.
I've done that at
shout out.
Benny's. I'm like, hey, I'm doing a podcast that I
Yeah.
Yeah.
need. They're always great.
There was
Oh,
another
yeah.
worker that heard it, and I was like, "Hey, don't tell him I didn't go with it." Just
I want to preserve this relationship.
yes,
Yeah.
when I come back,
Got a
and ask
good thing
about more
going.
beers.
Yeah.
That's
Felt so silly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of recommendations of beers,
Uh?
I've got a little game prepared for
Ooh,
recommendations
what a
of songs.
Okay,
Zach, you're a
okay.
genius.
Thanks. This is a game we've done before. It's called Recommend Me a Song, where Sarah and I have taken a look on the internet. Some places like Recommend Me a Song.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
I think it's r//
song-
music recommendations.
music recommendations.
Yeah.
Joining.
But maybe we should start that subreddit.
Start our own subreddit.
After this game.
Wow.
So it's not really competition. You guys are actually just helping people today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're being-
Oh, wait, these are posts that people had, and we're helping them.
Yeah.
That's so
These are
wholesome.
things people have asked for. Yeah.
Oh my god,
So
let's
take-
go.
So take your time thinking about the song you might recommend for this specific situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll play a little bit of it. So I got a few of these. The first one is a happy song that eventually gets sad. Any song recommendations for that moment?
My brain very quickly goes to musical theater. Specifically, I think it's just Cabaret, which is like this song about how like life's a cabaret and like don't stay in your room and da 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 da. And it's sort of the main character like singing about that, and then she reveals that she like has this friend who like died tragically but was a beautiful corpse, and she's like kind of going crazy, and also like
I wasn't expecting such a roller coaster.
also like the Holocaust is happening, so she's sort of under this like societal global like pressure.
Pretty sad.
It's pretty sad. But at the start, it's like, what good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret.
Will you play some of it?
Yeah. I want to find the Liza Minnelli version. I don't know the new cast as well.
She was the happiest corpse I'd ever seen. I think of Elsie to this very day. I remember how she turned to me and say, what good is sitting all alone in your room?
This is so nice.
Come
If you haven't seen the movie, it's
hear the
fantastic. Very bisexual as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A
Life
musical
is a
theater movie is bisexual? Are you sure?
Fork found in kitchen.
Yeah, can we quote you on that? I'm not sure. We need to look that up.
Controversial but
Quote
true.
your source, or I'm not gonna believe you.
You'll have to see it for yourself. Yeah, I'd say that's my pick.
Cool.
I don't think everyone would be into it, but
Brie, do you have any recommendations for this one?
I
Or we can come back to it.
I do
Oh,
have
sure.
one. I don't want to sound one note, but it is a Frank Turner song.
Oh,
okay, no, sure.
So it's off his album Love, Ire, and Song, one of his earlier releases. The song is called Long Live the Queen. It is a little ballad about his friend. It starts, I'll be honest, the music is very happy. I think I took it more in the music starts happy and ends sad.
Sure.
But the lyrics the whole time are kind of mixed between the two. It's about, so it's not about the Queen of England. It's about, although he is British, but it's about his friend who had been sick in the hospital and everything. And it's about them like consoling her through her like, you know, last few days or weeks or whatever it was. And, you know, like them wanting to like take her out for one more beer and everything. And then at the end, she does pass, and they all go to like the bar they used to go to together and drink in honor of her. And it's really sad, and it kind of ends feeling sad.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's listen to a little bit. I'd like to sort of hear the happy at the beginning, maybe skip forward a bit,
Yeah.
and hear that contrast. This is Long Live the Queen by Frank Turner.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Whiskey when I got the call, yeah, my friend Lex was lying in the hospital. She'd been pretty sick for about half a year, but it seemed like this time the end was drawing near. So dropped my plans and jumped the next London train. I found her laid up and in a lot of pain. Her eyes met mine, and then I understood that her weather forecast wasn't looking too good. So sad and started a story, so her little while tried to raise her mood and tried to raise her smile, but she silenced all my ramblings with the shake of her head. Drew me close to listen, this is what she said now. You live to die.
Oh, now I'm sad. This is a great song recommendation.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say now I'm happy.
I was going to say that part almost seems like
Yeah.
la 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 la.
The words of the chorus there are, you'll live to dance another day, it's just now you'll have to dance for the two of us, so stop looking so damn depressed and sing with all your heart that the queen is dead.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
But if you go to the end of
Yep.
the song,
Well, I was working on some words when Sarah called me up. She said that Lex
Whoa.
had gone to sleep and wasn't waking
That's
up.
her name.
And even though I knew that there was nothing to be done, I felt bad for not being there. And now, while she was gone, so tried to think what Lex would want me to do at times like this when I was feeling blue. So gathered up some friends to spread the sad, sad news. And we headed to the city for a drink or two, and we sang.
and now it's all slow.
We live to dance tonight.
I could try it sounds so good in these headphones.
Yeah.
I like Frank Turner. I didn't know about Frank Turner until this episode.
Same.
I'm having a great time.
I will sing his praises up and down. I cannot help it.
My eyes have been opened. That's a great pick for this prompt.
We've
Thank
helped.
you.
We've helped people.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can help this person.
Okay.
They're looking for a song with the worst lyrics you've ever heard.
That's a
They're
great one.
looking for just the bad lyrics is the criteria for this pick.
Bad, this could be taken so many ways because it's like bad, poorly written, or bad,
I don't think they mean offensive.
foul. Fuck, because that's where my brain went.
I was like Bloodhound Gang,
what's
like
the
the bad touch
nastiest
band.
song
Like,
I think they
know.
mean in poor taste or
Sure. In poor taste?
or
I have a song idea. I think it's actually a really funny and good song, but it is definitely in poor
Before you
taste.
say, I just have to say, people who are listening, there is no editing magic here. Sarah just comes up with these right away. Shout out to you for that. That's amazing. I'm sitting here I don't know.
we have played this game a couple times before.
Yes.
So you've left me out here to dry.
Well, I was driving back from Wisconsin with my brother-in-law and my sister, and we were just playing a bunch of bullshit in the car, and it started as kind of a middle school dance vibe. It was very Black Eyed Peas, very Flo Rida, very ludicrous, and then it kind of morphed into Macklemore's The Penis Song and just a bunch of
Sorry, Macklemore's what?
I think it's called The Penis Song, which wasn't the one that I was going to play.
You know what? I 100% believe you, and I don't know why. I believe that exists.
Oh, sorry, it's just called Penis Song.
Not the.
by
not
Macklemore.
Oh, it's on that album that looks like a school desk. I haven't listened to that
yes,
one.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was my first time hearing that, so we were just kind of in that territory.
Is this your pick?
No, I had a
okay.
different
But
one
I still
in
want to hear a
mind.
penis song.
At all times, we need to give a shout out to Macklemore.
Thank
Yeah.
you, the realest one in the world. No, I'm thinking of. This is by The Lonely Island. It's
Ooh.
from the movie Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping,
Yeah,
starring
I'm
Andy
familiar.
Samberg.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's kind of playing a Justin Bieber character, but an older Justin Bieber, when he did the Calvin Klein ads and stuff.
Yeah.
But pretty early in the movie, his name is Connor 4, the number 4, Real, I think is his stage name. And he's playing this concert, and he plays this song called "Finest Girl" (Bin Laden song).
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been in my head for the last couple days, so I'm gonna play some of it because it's atrocious, but
bad.
it's so funny. It's really funny. Okay.
Finest girl I ever met in my whole life. Wanna take her home, make her my wife. Knew she was a freak when she started talking. She said, fuck me like we fucked Bin Laden.
Have you heard
Yes,
this?
I know this song.
That girl was a freak. She said she wanted to fuck
So
her
Lonely
while in
Island.
the military. Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden. Fuck Bin Laden. She wanted to fuck me harder than the U.S. government. Fuck Bin Laden. She was a freaky kind of girl.
So there's a couple really great
So,
verses on it, of course, but I suggest you go listen for yourself.
Yeah.
Have it on your Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah. Number 1.
Number 1.
Truly delightful.
Yeah. Would you say that qualifies?
That's pretty bad.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this user would appreciate that song
Okay,
recommendation.
perfect. Perfect.
Now, I love that you chose one that was... I feel intentionally bad. It's from a comedic movie,
Exactly.
right? They're fucking around.
Right.
I chose one that is definitely not.
Huge.
It's great because of how bad it is, and there's no way he meant it to be that
Oh
way.
my God.
Oh,
Hotel Room Service by Pitbull.
Yes.
My guiltiest of pleasures.
Oh, Dale. Oh, is there anything else you'd like to say before we just get into listening to it?
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305.
It's so catchy. It's perfect.
So good. Also definitely played at middle school dances.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Had no business.
No,
Yeah.
no. Forget about your boyfriend.
Meet me at the hotel room.
Yeah, what a lovely line.
What year is this?
2009.
Okay.
Perfect.
That checks out.
It's so good.
Yeah, I think
I've never seen
That's a
this
great
cover art either.
Oh, it's
It's like
it's a cover.
camouflage lady.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Can I give a shout out to one particular section of the lyrics?
Please
Yes.
do.
You know where he starts doing math?
no.
Please give me a timestamp.
It's stupid math. Okay.
Oh my God.
118.
118. This is so huge.
You know when Pitbull does math in a song?
Oh my God.
Now give me that sweet, that nasty, that good stuff. Let me tell you what we gon' do. 2 + 2, I'm gon' undress you. Then we gonna go 3 and 3, you gon' undress me. Then we gonna go 4 and 4, we gon' freak some more. But
Wow. So Schoolhouse Rock of him.
Oh, yeah.
So
3
good.
is a magic number.
We never get the total of the equations.
You know,
though.
when you first heard that song, did you go, I bet he's going to talk about exponents.
right?
3 to the second power. Take my clothes off. What?
Surely those two things mean the same thing.
In Miami, they do.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about Pitbull and math.
Oh, that's I think a perfect choice.
Yeah, this is really good.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, here's our last criteria. This one's very open-ended.
Ooh,
So
okay.
do with it what you will. A song you would recommend to an alien.
Oh,
So whatever vibe you want to give
Oh,
off
I
to
got it.
aliens. Wow.
tell me.
Sammy by Chloe Moriondo.
Ooh.
And also, audience, that was entirely quick on my part.
Yes.
No
I-
editing.
I am learning, I'm adapting, thinking on my feet, but we are sitting down. It is the cutest song in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Favorite song of 2022? Yes, 22.
Was it off Sucker Punch?
No, it was not. It was off an EP. I think the EP is called Dog Days. It's a picture
Dog
of them
Days.
with their doggo.
Oh, cuties. Okay, I'm gonna find it.
You'll never guess what their doggo's name is. There it is.
Puppy Love?
Puppy Love is the name of it. So
This is adorable.
all 5 songs, right?
Yes.
All 5 songs are about dogs. They covered Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine.
Huge.
Aw.
And then Sammy, of course, is about their little doggo. He's on the
Oh
cover.
my gosh.
The music video is perfect too, just so you know. Love that little intro.
So cute.
There's a boy I know. In the morning, catch him moving slow. So many places that he wants to go, but doesn't know where he's going.
Sounds like a character, you know?
Yeah.
He's a character.
Oh!
Someone for sure.
Good bit.
Right behind me, everywhere I turn. He's just got
I'm
this way
imagining
of
some aliens
knowing.
just vibing out.
Right.
They've got like headphones in a weird spot because their ears don't exist like ours do.
Your little face is sweet as candy.
Oh my God, this is so
Could have the
cute.
hearts of so many, many, but I'm so glad that you're mine. We take a walk outside.
I love it.
That's so
Tell me
cute.
why you think an alien should hear this song.
If an alien were to visit, they're more advanced than us.
Mm-hmm.
And I always worry about aliens looking at us and going, I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
But it's a lot easier of an argument of like, hey, don't blow up the Earth. I don't know if you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I have
yes,
not.
I love it.
They're going to blow up the Earth to make a way for a
Superhighway.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I could convince them not to do it because of people,
But with dogs.
but with dogs.
That's brilliant.
Look at these little dudes.
Wow, that's such a good
Sammy.
take. Yeah.
There's a little line in there about how he loves carrots because he thinks they're cookies. And
Oh my God.
it's so cute.
That's so sweet.
And I've never had a doggo, but this is exactly how I feel. I
Yeah.
would feel about my future dog.
Absolutely. I'm like thinking about like Moose and I'm like, oh, like that's my child. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really good. Okay, I have an idea that's different, but I think Dance Yourself Clean by LCD Sound System would be
Oh.
fun for an alien.
I'm sure aliens love that shit.
Because it's very beepsy boopsy.
Yeah.
And it kind of has that big breakdown, this big explosion of sound after that long ass intro. I feel like an alien could get down with it.
Yeah. 100%.
Can you sell me on this right now? Because I don't know LCD Sound System.
Yeah.
There's rumors that they might be one of the headliners at Riot Fest.
Oh.
So I need to start doing my homework. So help me out here. Why?
It's like dancey, it's punk, it's
Dancey,
indie, it's
very indie. I would say dancey
it's
is the
alien.
headliner.
Yeah.
I mean, like last time they were in town, they put the air gun for what, like 4 days in a row?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
And I'm like, I don't know them.
Yeah, it's like indie synthy, like dance excellence.
Now I've
Yeah.
heard of indie sleaze. Is this like indie sleaze?
Very,
Oh,
very
okay. I'm down with
American
that.
Apparel. Very like lighting a cigarette and smoked lip gloss.
My hair is
like,
greasy, but it looks good that way.
Exactly. And I think Dance Yourself Clean is probably like their biggest.
yeah. You
song.
probably heard this once
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
life.
The intro's so.
Isn't there like a 9-minute song or something like that?
Yes, 8:56.
Why look at me?
Look at you. And yeah, you get like both verses before.
Before the alien explosion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like Alien would feel like the spaceship, very familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their bloops make these bleeps.
Yeah.
So silly.
Present company included in the fight.
Very Fireflies by Owl City before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, less polished maybe you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Their arms are like wiggling.
Yeah. They're like, wait.
That's how they dance.
I love this song. And the vocals really like amp up too.
Gritty synth.
It's
oh,
so
yeah.
nasty. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
an alien would get down with
I think
that.
that's a great alien recommendation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll save the planet like the dog one would, but,
Well, yeah.
but they'll definitely be dancing while they kill
They'll
us
have
all.
fun while they blow us
Don't
up.
expect other things to succeed where a dog normally would.
Exactly.
Well,
I think we've really helped people.
we've really helped people
Yeah.
today, and that's what this podcast is about.
So I'm good to go home now, right?
No, no, we're not done yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
But before we get into the record, I've got our first ever pizza break.
Pizza break!
I'm gonna eat one more slice of pizza.
Yay! Pizza break, Cam. Figure out a sound effect for that.
Wahoo! That pizza was generic, unbranded pizza who has not given us any sponsorship money.
But hey, if you want to claim it, anytime.
Yeah.
DMs are open.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to like sponsor like 2 podcasts, I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Could be crazy, could be huge.
It's open, Mr. John.
There could be a really. Yeah.
So is there anything we want to talk about Brugge Strokes about this record before we get track by track? We know it's the 5th studio album. Came out, this is the 10-year anniversary of it, which is crazy that 2015 is 10 years ago. When did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's important to mention that it's about like the general message of hope, but
Yeah.
not being so poppy about it, of just like everything's gonna be okay. It's like, no, like things suck, but you're gonna do your best.
Yeah.
And then most likely you'll get through.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's pretty like realistic writing about hope in the world, I feel like.
And that's why it's such a good folk punk record, because it's got that folky like personhood to it, and then the punk of just like, I am also angry and sad.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
almost like begrudging at times. Like, well, fuck, I guess I have to persist. Like, and I will.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of spite.
It reminded me a lot of the Laura Jane Grace episode we talked about.
Sure.
Where it's like, yeah, this is fucked up, but like there's still hope and happiness in it.
Yeah.
And-
Would it
Totally.
surprise you to know that I love her too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great episode. Okay, great. Anything else? Did you know Frank Turner at all before this episode, Sarah?
No, and I'm surprised because I really liked this record, and like I've only heard a couple other songs by him, having shuffled around in Spotify and stuff. But I was like, it's kind of my jam. I can rock with like a folk punk situation. And also, this is so random, but his like vocal tone reminds me so much of another British band that I like, but they're more like indie pop. The Wombats.
Oh, sure.
Big Wombats gal. And their voices sound so similar to me. So that was it was like a comfy little pair of slippers in a way. I was like,
Nice.
I know this.
Nice.
What about you? You also didn't know
I
Frank
didn't
coming in?
know at all. I wonder if he's bigger in the UK because it's like an acclaimed record. It was like in the charts in the UK. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It reminded me of a lot of the folky stuff I liked in the early 2010s.
Sure.
Like a lot of like Noah and the Whale and Radical Face and some of that stuff.
If you like the folky stuff, you might like his earlier stuff more. He definitely started in a Bob Dylan-esque way, started to be like that, troubadour with the acoustic guitar sleeping on people's couches, and then started to add the electricity to it and all that. And got more punky. He's from a previous band called Mongol Horde, which was like a hardcore punk band. And then he was like, punk just didn't do it for me. It's not what I thought it was. I'm going solo. I'm doing my own thing. And it comes interjected here and there. But
yeah, that happens like a lot, I feel like. I think City and Color is from a post-hardcore.
Alex is on fire or Alexis on fire. I don't know which.
Oh, I don't know.
It's all one word.
It's like PetSmart. So the pipeline is there somewhere. It's and I think it's great. It always pays off. I never don't love a folk artist. I used to be in a hardcore punk band.
Gets a little rowdy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just get old. They can't mosh anymore. They want to be on a porch.
Oh, I need to say there was a song on his newest album about how when he's in his 40s and his back hurts, but he still doesn't care. He's still going to do it every night.
Love
that. Yeah, because what else? What else? Your back's gonna hurt no matter what you do.
You're so right.
The song's called, I forget if the song's called it, but the title is like "Never Mind the Back Problems."
That's really good. I can relate to that. I'm gonna listen to that later.
And then you're gonna mosh.
I don't have a good segue into track number 1. It's not a mosher.
No, not at all.
The Angel Islington?
Islington.
What is that word? Is that a...
So it's a landmark in London that was made in the 16th century. And it's a property in the British version of Monopoly.
Huh. Hey, fun
That's cool.
fact.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
Yeah. And it's also like a sister song to one of his other songs on another record. I think I read that.
So it's kind of tied to this whole album. I should have mentioned this before. Is kind of sort of a follow-up to the previous album, which I almost picked, Tape Deck Heart. That one was kind of him admitting, my life is a mess. I'm getting drunk in airports and calling exes, and it's a really, really bad time for me. And that album is just like an emotional burst of folk. Dear God, I'm sad.
Yeah.
This album is his, okay, I am sad. Things are not good. I'm going to do something about it.
The next chapter.
Oh, sorry. So I should mention. So the last song on there, the Fisher King Blues, was him kind of being like that the ending of like, where do we go next? We got to do something. And then this song's kind of like, well, here's what we'll do.
I like that. I thought that was a really interesting way to start off a record, is the notion of starting again. I thought it was really nice. And it is such a, like, the production on it is so minimal. It sounds so intimate. Like you hear him like let out a breath.
Yeah, and
before
like he
the
walks
guitar
into
starts.
the room. You hear his footsteps. Pick up the guitar. Like
it really feels like, all right, here is this person starting this album.
Whether you hate Frank Turner or not, because there are a lot in the punk scene that dislike Frank Turner. I've seen shirts at Riot Fest. They're like, Frank Turner sold out and all this crap. But he is very genuine. He is exactly who he wants to be. And we were talking about the Fast and Furious movies before this. Fast and Furious movies are shitty. He is not. I of course appreciate him and all his genuineness. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it feels very... There's a couple other moments in the record where it feels like a live set. Like him walking into the room. Like, it was like a live studio set. It's great. It's an easier of an opener. It really...
and setting the tone thematically, like you said. Like, I'm starting again. I'm...
Dusting myself off. I
don't know, gotta take my vitamins or whatever. Like, or maybe just, like, start drinking water. Like, yeah.
I do think it was a cool creative choice for the I'm gonna butcher this audio term, like the compression between this song and the next song. Like, this one's so quiet, and so like when the next song comes on, if you have this one too loud,
it's just him and his acoustic guitar, and the next one's like boom, the whole band is here and we're fucking plugged in.
Yup.
So yeah, they did not mix it to all be the same volume, which I think is a cool choice because it really does make this one easy and the next one more exciting.
Totally. Should we move on to Get Better?
Yeah.
This is like the song on this record.
Can we hear the transition?
Sure. Give everyone a
last
little
few
jump
seconds.
scare.
Yeah. Be warned, guys. You're gonna have
Folks, please, if it sounds quiet in your headphones, do not turn
Do
them up
not
all the
turn
way.
it up.
Oop. Sorry, that's my personal agenda.
That's from Frank Turner's Sleaze era. That's about a couple albums later.
Okay, this is the actual stuff.
The Thames, I resolve to start again. I got me a shovel, and I'm digging a ditch, and I'm gonna fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it
the
just
snare is so loud.
opens up.
Yeah.
I was excited.
That song live is something to see.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you seen him like a couple times? Like where did you see him play?
Oh, where haven't I?
Ooh, that's fun.
I've seen him 9 times now.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
I first saw him open up for Flogging Molly at the Aragon Ballroom in 2009, or was that 2010? I think that might have been 2010. But he was just getting started out with the solo stuff, so he
Yeah.
only had like 2 albums. He didn't have enough money to fly the rest of the band over. It was just him and his acoustic guitar and all that. And then, oh man, I've seen him at Riot Fest. I've seen him again headlining the Aragon. I have seen him at Chop Shop doing a Riot Fest after show. I've seen him at Concord Music Hall, the House of Blues.
Wow, yeah.
Whoa. Which one was the best?
Oh, the venue I haven't mentioned yet, Athenaeum Theater.
Where's that?
Where's
That is located at Lincoln, and so right by it, is it the Golden Skillet?
Oh,
There's
I know
that
what you're
church
talking
there.
about. Yes.
It's
Yes.
a weird ass venue that's connected to a Catholic school.
Huh.
The bathrooms are every archdiocese bathroom. I went back and I felt like I was in 6th grade again. It was real weird, but it was this beautiful. Oh, it's my favorite concert I've ever been to of all time.
Wow.
2019, he did a tour for his album No Man's Land, which was an album all about important women in music that may or may not have been looked over. And he did some of those songs acoustic, and then did some acoustic stuff and talked about how it all related to his life. And he kind of it was almost like a biography of his life with the tunes and everything.
Oh.
And then for the second half, he brought the band out and they played all the songs and everybody stood up in the theater and everything. And I got to meet him afterwards. I got his autograph and
Whoa.
That sounds kick ass.
And the finishing end of that story is when I met him, I was going by my dead name at the time. So I had a lovely set list assigned to dead name. And I was like, I don't want to display this. So last year in 2024, I met him and I typed up the set list and I was like, you signed this previously. Can you sign it with my new name? And he was so supportive, so cool about it. And like, ugh, love that man.
Hell yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
He's also really tall.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you would look up to this dude. He was like 6'4", 6'5".
Oh my
like,
god.
Yeah.
I believe
Got
it.
14
Folk singers are
inches on
tall.
me. That's crazy. Crane my neck. Hi, Frank.
Have you guys ever seen the Futurama episode where Bender becomes a folk singer?
Oh, yeah, Becca's on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's playing the washboard
yeah.
with little robot arms.
And so he's a robot character if you don't know the
Yes,
show, but
yes.
he's just doing all the things that make him a folk singer, like going on journeys and walking. So I always imagine a folk singer like very tall and walking long distances. I don't know.
Going on journeys and also walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the prerequisites.
So it makes sense he's tall.
Yeah.
Per
Yeah.
Futurama episode.
More mileage per step.
Can I give a shout out to one particular thing that I never really paid attention to before listening to the album for this episode?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So right after chorus 1 into verse 2,
Mm-hmm.
if you could just play it,
Yeah,
we'll all
okay.
hear it. I just didn't really think about it.
Said, come on now, let's fix this mess. We could get better because we're not dead yet. They threw me a wall.
Right? Did you hear in the background someone just yelling?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're credited for the scream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who is it?
On All Music, someone's just credited for screaming.
Good for them. 'Cause
Whoa.
that scream is so important. So it just makes everything, the energy level keeps going.
Yeah, totally.
Like, oh my God, I love it.
And it is so like low in the mix.
Yeah, it's
like,
not just like, I'm yelling in your ear. It's like, I'm yelling from the room over.
exactly.
Everybody's in on this, you know?
Yeah, what a way to add sustain to a phrase.
Totally.
Just, like, background.
Yeah, because it's just like a chord. You're waiting for the second verse to start, and you're just like, all right, well, we want the energy to die. What should we
Right.
add in? I don't know. I'll just yell.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not Frank yelling.
I can't find it.
Maybe it was. Just kidding.
I
I
just-
believe that there was someone credited.
Can I talk about my tattoo now?
Yes,
tell us.
please.
So obviously the shovel is related to the first line in the song. I got me a shovel and I'm digging a ditch.
Uh-huh.
So during quarantine, like a lot of people, I assume, I realized I was going to die one day. Not to bring down the mood, but you know, like that was a
Aren't
hell
we
of
all?
a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I'm going to die, I don't want to die the way I live right now. And that's what made me accept, you know, my gender and everything.
Yeah.
Shout out for the recording. You told me that this episode's coming out on Trans Day of Visibility, which is also Trans Day of having yourself a nice little snack. So any trans people listening, get yourself a nice little snack. You deserve it.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
But yeah, so I realized I accepted that I was trans and everything.
Yeah.
The needle was originally the COVID vaccine of like, hey, I'm gonna live again. I'm gonna like get out of this. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Whatever. Then I started injecting myself with estrogen, so now it's an
Yeah.
estrogen needle.
Hell
and
yeah.
the flowers are the trans pride colors, you know, that baby blue and pink and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shovel is, you know, I'm gonna die one day, but it's gonna be in the body I want.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
I love that. Very, very memento mori, right? Is that?
Yeah,
Very.
yeah,
Is that the-
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is such a theme on this record too, and maybe like more so in Frank's discography. It is very like, doesn't he have a whole thing about just like live fast, die old? Isn't that the
we'll get
phrase?
into that.
Okay.
What? I'm terrible. There's two songs on here I always goof up. There's Demons and Out of Breath. Yeah, Out of Breath.
Out of breath. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that on side B, but absolutely. Yes.
More on that to come. More on that to come.
Yeah. Let's get into the next song.
Cool.
The next storm.
The next storm,
And I have a theory about this one.
please.
I think this one is actually written from a cat's perspective.
That's really interesting. Moose, are you here? She's asleep.
That's not
Tell me
weaker.
more.
Because cats are just inside.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got.
And so you're saying they want to go outside.
They want to go outside, just like the character of this song looking
Oh.
out.
I've met a
of the
cat that
storm.
wanted to, you know, escape.
Sure.
A little escape artist.
Of course.
Little sneaky guy.
Yeah.
Also, I've realized up to now I've been forgetting to mention how the Edmund Fitzgerald Porter connects to these songs.
Oh, okay. Let's do a quick rundown then. Track number 1, Angel Islington.
So, obviously, Angel, and there were 29 people who died on those ships. They're angels now.
Zing.
Zing.
Track
Got it.
number 2, Get Better.
So, the dirt that you dig with that shovel is going to be brown, just like...
Just like this porter.
That's perfect. Track number 3. Well, this one's pretty apt. The Next Storm.
Yeah.
I think you said this at the top a
yeah,
little
the
bit.
storm, you know,
Yeah.
wrecked that boat in November. So.
That holds equal weight as Dirt is Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
yes. Did you,
All true.
do you know about the music video for this song?
No, tell me.
It's him in a boxing match
Ooh.
A real boxing match?
against CM Punk.
Who is that? Is that like a famous boxer?
I want to say a famous like MMA
Oh, like
octagon
Yeah, like an
UFC.
UFC.
I think
Wow,
out
we
there.
are a music
Or
podcast,
maybe
y'all.
he might have also been he might be a wrestler too. All I know is he's not allowed at Riot Fest.
That's interesting.
If you look at the rules for Riot Fest of what you can bring in, what you can't, it says no CM Punk. He knows what he did. So,
Whoa.
That's so funny. What
but
did he do?
so it's him fighting CM Punk in a boxing ring, and he wins. And he claims that is not staged in any way. But you know,
Wow.
I'll have to watch and decide. Do you think it's real or staged?
a mix of both.
Sure.
I feel like, you know, so maybe it was real, but CM Punk threw the game in some weird mob-connected betting ring.
Interesting.
You know how that usually works? Like
Yeah.
the Pulp Fiction style? Like,
Yeah.
They pay someone off to throw the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't, and then they go after that guy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Drama.
Drama. So, do we think the Moxie match is tied to this song, or it's just a
I mean,
interesting
CM
music
Punk
video?
is kind of like the life. Like,
Yeah.
life is just beating the shit out of Frank.
Yeah.
And he's going to win in the end, but man, is he taking some punches.
Right.
Yeah, that
right.
checks out. It's like this triumph, this adversary.
And this is also another very like kind of happy song, sad lyrics in a way, but also kind of happy lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But there's sort of this the storm as challenging life events, or as perhaps like episodes of like mental distress or things like that. and kind of saying like, I am not going to not live my life for fear of those things. Like, you know, going out and facing it as it comes. I think is lovely.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna get better, and then the next song is, boom, are you ready? Like, if you get better, this is what's coming.
Yeah, you got to get your reps in.
I love the line about, you know, like the weatherman and the priests are saying like, you know, everything's gonna be okay, but the last I saw, they were like, you know, terrified of the rain too, and all that. And then it's all like obvious things that you know, but like when you're in it, you kind of forget.
Totally.
So like, yeah, are the lines cheesy? I guess if you're listening from a well, my life is fine perspective, but like if your life isn't going great, you listen, you're like, oh, right, I kind of forgot that.
No, absolutely. There have been periods where like it sounds so simple and, you know, so like how to have a brain 101, but sometimes I'm like, wait, I have to leave the house in order to not go crazy, or like I have to talk to my friends in order to not feel sad or whatever. If you're in it, you forget that those things are real, or not even real, but like tangible, I guess.
Yeah.
Doable.
I would every week during quarantine, he did these live streams where he was raising money for independent venues that were suffering and all that.
Yeah.
And he talked about like wanting to play the song, be like the big moment where everybody go back outside again and everything.
Oh,
wow.
So it's always connected me in that sense. And then also, it's the line cast off the crutches and tear off the cast. I had foot surgery right around the time I went into teaching, which is like this big, huge moment in my life where I didn't feel like I could be a teacher. And I always connect with that line of like, all right, no, we're going to do this. We're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I saw some people saying like that the song, and they were saying this as a pejorative, but I kind of think of it as a positive, that the song, or not even the song, the whole album can kind of feel a bit self-helpy, but I kind of love it. I kind of love these sort of calls to light and to getting through it and to positive like action for yourself. I don't know. I think it's really nice.
Yeah, you don't often get like a whole record of like, hey, like we can do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have more on that on another song.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Gorgeous.
We'll get to that.
Well, speaking of another song, track number 4 is in fact another song.
Oh wow.
We got a couple more other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right. 8 of them.
I'm not good at transitions.
No,
today.
you're doing great.
You nailed it. We're transitioning. It's happening.
Well, you know, we're kind of in the opening act of spring. Oh, rip and grip it.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the
Oh,
opening
yeah.
act of spring right now.
Yeah.
The equinox was just on Thursday, Friday? Thursday.
I don't know. I forgot.
20th.
Thursday, first day of spring. Yeah.
First day of spring.
Oh, that really happened already?
Yeah. So we're in the opening act right now.
Despite the snow that hit, what was that, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know.
So annoying.
They turned the folk knob up on this one.
Oh,
yeah.
You know,
this was
Bring out the mandolin,
engineer-
baby.
The engineer's in there. He's got a little knob that says folk on it, and he just turns it up to 6.
They got a knob that says stomp clap.
Yeah, this was like right around that like Mumford & Sons-ness, right?
And I yearn for it a little bit. I wasn't even in
kind of
it.
bringing it back.
It's
you know?
comforting.
It was a time like when you're in it, when you're so young, you don't realize that like you're in a musical phase. You're just like,
Right.
this is the music that's happening right now, and this is the only time I've happened right now because I'm 14.
1 minute you're ho-haying, the next it's gone.
Yeah.
Wow. Next year, hey ho.
Yeah.
Stupid.
The best type of humor is stupid.
But it's not egregiously stamp clappy. I
No,
don't think.
quite tasteful.
It's only hinting at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can only turn the knob up to 6.
Maybe 8.
Do we want to play that intro?
Yeah.
Get a
with
little
the
mandolin riff.
and
Oh, the birds are ringing in the opening act of spring, and I have fallen down, and I'm so much worse than I have ever been. Oh, the season's acting strange, and I know that something has to change, but there is no path I can choose that will not bring somebody pain. And oh, please forgive me for the things that I must do.
Hey. Sorry, that was a little late. I probably did.
No, I think that was on count 4. I think you nailed that.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was amazing.
That wasn't you doing that. That was in the actual
Yeah, that's
studio
in the-
recording.
Influenced by the Lumineers. No, yeah.
I'm not making fun of it. I like this song a lot. It's probably
Yeah.
No, that was
this is my
good. That
top
was really
three.
good.
But when the spirit calls you,
When the spirit calls you.
when Mumford's sons call you,
Yeah.
you pick up the phone.
Mr. Mumford and your sons.
I just love that it's probably. I think we could agree that this is the happiest sounding song.
I would agree.
And it gets happy near the end, but he starts off by saying, "I'm worse than I've ever been."
Yeah.
Like there's no path I can choose that's not gonna hurt somebody. Like that's the
Yeah.
happiest song on here, and it ends with him being like, "Oh, everything's gonna be cool. We'll get through cruel April into May, and you know all that good summer stuff that's coming." But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one.
It
I
is
like-
good. Nice little ditty. Nice little vibe. That's how I felt. It was a nice vibe. Was there...
go ahead.
Oh, I have one line that I really loved.
I was going to ask about the Porter tie-in on this one.
oh, I can share that.
Let's do
for
that. Let's do that.
sure. Do you remember when the Edmund Fitzgerald sank
1948.
in the 70s?
No, I'm just kidding. I
But
don't know.
what month?
November. No.
That's
May.
spring, right?
It was actually November, right?
It was November.
That's spring. It's spring in Australia,
And yeah, in another hemisphere.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's opposites.
Yeah.
Spring in Australia.
There's the tie in there.
Thank you.
Zing.
Look at that. Cheers to that.
Hey.
Cheers to the world being weird with seasons. You
Yeah,
know?
what the hell is
I'll
up
cheers
with
on it any
that?
day.
It's Christmas and summer over there.
Wow.
Ain't that kooky?
It's crazy. How does Santa even ride his sleigh?
It's probably easier. Oh, well,
He probably gets a little sweaty in that big old coat.
yeah. But he's got a summer outfit.
Ooh.
Tasteful little polo shirt, perhaps.
Anything else about the opening act of Spring before we get into Glorious You?
The line, "I have all this drive and no idea what to do
I
with it."
had the same line written down.
I put that on the top of my resume.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's a great little one-liner.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, dang. Does that resonate with you ever?
Not at all. No.
You're like, I just thought it was a
100%.
nice sentence.
So that teaching thing didn't work out.
Sure.
So yeah.
yeah.
Go
Yeah.
listen to In the Key of Brie, the podcast, because that's definitely where my energy goes these days.
Link in description.
Link in description.
And how glorious is that podcast?
Ooh.
So glorious.
Glorious.
Do you want to talk about you some more, or
Yeah.
you did a great setup for the first word of the next song, and I did a great word for the next one, and you're looking at me like I'm just like, what I feel attacked.
Glorious You.
Yeah.
Is the name of the song.
That it is.
We're gonna talk about it together.
I like this one because a friend wrote it, or he wrote it about a friend. Hold on.
Cousin.
A cousin.
Who needed a
yeah.
hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say who needed a hug?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I put it.
So nice.
It's so
No.
it's just Frank like being nice and writing and like singing a nice song for someone who needed it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How lovely. And this one I think is one of the first that feels very like outward versus inward.
Mhm.
And I think that's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting a pep talk.
As a listener, you just listen. Like the second song is like, "Get the fuck up, the world is coming," and this song's like, "It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And people are here for you, you know."
You have so much to offer.
Do either of you associate with the putting the weight of the world on your shoulders?
Sometimes.
As an eldest daughter,
Mm.
very much so. As a type A eldest daughter.
Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, we could talk about sibling stuff. Can you guess what I am?
Can I ask how many siblings you have?
2.
You have 2? Is it mean if I say you give middle energy?
No, because you're right.
Okay.
I was also gonna say middle.
Yeah.
Super middle child.
Yeah.
But definitely type A fitting in that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Zach, you have many siblings, and you are what, like oldest of the youngest?
It's
right?
funny. I've got all 3 kinda because
Right.
there's batches of 3.
Wait, do you have 8 siblings?
Yes.
Whoa.
So I'm like the youngest, middleest, the oldest, youngest,
Uh-huh.
the middleest to some of them, I suppose somehow.
Dang.
I got all of them. That's how much weight I got on my shoulders. Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
That is a lot of weight.
No, I'm just kidding.
And so to take that weight off for a couple hours, my goodness. What a gift.
But speaking of the weight of the world, do you know what brought the Edmund Fitzgerald down to the bottom of the lake?
Oh,
Gravity caused by the weight of the world.
Oh my god.
That's really good.
I love that you have one of these prepared for every song.
I thought so hard about
this
it.
commitment
Yeah,
is
no one's done that yet. So
admirable. I love it.
I've got a funny line here where I don't really remember what I meant, but I mean it. At 150, I just loved the continuity of it all. We're like at this point in the record, you're just like, yeah, this is the record. And it feels nice that it's still the record right here.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go ahead and play it.
I am a sucker for alliteration. Tongue-tied tragedy and too small t-shirts. Come on.
Yeah.
Mixed up metaphors and messed up makeup. Ugh.
Come on, English class.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the verses and some of those like one lines are so good on this one.
Yeah.
I did the first listen. I had to like go check to make sure it wasn't a Christian rock song.
Whoa.
Just from the glorious you part.
Oh,
just the words.
Sure.
Now, if you were a true fan like me, you would know that he has a song on, what's the album? England Keep My Bones, about how there is no God.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So, no doubt.
Very
not a
much an
Christian rock
atheist.
song.
Great.
So punk rock, I love it.
It doesn't, what's the title of that song? It involves glory. Glory, hallelujah.
Oh.
Yeah, very middle school angst. Title your song about no God called Glory,
Sure.
hallelujah.
Did Frank have a religious past? Do we know about that at all?
I know he had a difficult upbringing. His parents were like, you're going to boarding school because you're just too ridiculous. And he went and felt lonely and depressed. And he owned a trench coat. I think it's the best way to put it.
And he didn't even have another child to go in it with him.
Do you think
I've seen BoJack Horseman.
do you think he had mittens in his trench coat to help keep warm?
Ooh.
Or were they gloves?
Sounds like mittens.
Sounds like mittens.
Sounds like mittens.
Well, the mittens don't fit as good as the gloves, which I'm pretty sure is the metaphor
Yeah.
that he's making between this. This is our first like love song, right? Or breakup song.
So.
It is part 2, actually.
Oh.
So part 1 is a like not B track, but like it didn't make it on. It was called Little Aphrodite, about this Greek woman that he had a thing with. And for a little bit he wrote, it was going well enough for him to write a song about her.
Yeah.
And loaded with Greek mythology in there. And then he wrote Mittens because it did not work out.
Oh wow.
Zing.
That's so funny. The other side of the Greek mythology coin is mittens metaphor.
Yeah.
It's cold on Mount Olympus. It's big.
Yeah.
And perhaps she was cold towards him.
Yeah, there you go.
I forget where I saw this. I think it was like Frank describing the song, and he just said a song about someone who didn't care enough. I said, "Oh, like
That's know
there's
how he
an exasperation, I think, that you can really feel in this song here. I wrote you love songs you never fell in love. We used to fit like mittens, but never like gloves. It's almost like worse to have it like almost work, or maybe be comfortable enough for a while, but then realize like, and I don't know how long this relationship went on. I don't know if it was ever like.
No, but those themes are very touching. You know?
Yeah,
I
totally.
associate with it a lot throughout different things in my life. So when this song hits, it's like, oh
Yeah.
and the emotion he pours into it, especially at the end where he's screaming over the band like, I want to fit like gloves, and holds on gloves for the longest period of time. Every time I'm in my car singing the song, I destroy my vocal cords singing that. But I can't help it because it's just so cathartic.
Yeah, totally. And ultimately, it's like, I want to love and be loved wholly because of the people that we are, and not for any, like, I don't know, other reason.
One size fits all mentality about it. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that was really sweet.
It's a very universal feeling. In kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, is that the word I'm looking for?
Maybe.
Put in kind of like you don't often think of gloves and mittens when you're talking about like love and the lack of love that might not have happened or something, you know?
Guys, wait. There's no love in mitten, but there's love in glove.
Should have told Frank that 10 years ago. He could have included a line about that.
Yeah.
You can have that for free. Is there anything in the song we'd like to listen to? And wait, I'll ask that question first, and then I won't get ahead of myself.
I would play the outro where he's just yelling.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Or
but
whatever else.
first, we got to talk about how this relates to the drink.
That was the other question I was going to ask. Perfect.
So when did the I keep wanting to say Lusitania. This is not the Lusitania. When did the Edmund Fitzgerald sink?
In November.
Maybe some of them were dressed for winter.
Quite chilly.
Maybe them were wearing some mittens.
Could be brisk in November.
Yeah.
Where did it?
Lake Superior.
That's cold.
That's cold.
They were
yeah.
cold.
In November. Yeah.
They
That's
had some mittens
cold.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna find this sort of outro.
Piano's so pretty.
And the piano. Oh, so heavy. I love that dichotomy of the band singing in like that
Yes.
mournful way, and then him just spelting out in this like angry, exasperated way. You know,
Yeah.
it's got both of those emotions in there.
It's like cathartic.
Yeah,
It's so
cathartic
it's
is the
such a
perfect word.
release. Like,
Mhm.
ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine writing that. Like, I don't know how long it sat with him, but I imagine once you write that song, you're like, whatever that woman did to me, it's out of me now. Like,
Yeah, totally.
You are healed.
Totally. Those feelings have been put to paper.
Yeah, after you yell 'em like that. But you're all out of breath.
Oh man.
That was really good.
I'm gonna get a beer before I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab one as well. Zach, are you out of breath?
Yeah, that's what this song makes me feel.
We're gonna do this whole one as if we just ran around the block.
Yeah, this is how we're going to comment on this whole song.
It's gonna be great to listen to.
It's kind of wild energy on this one. Like it's a very obvious record flip, like track number 7.
Totally.
Mhm.
Well, in case you're getting like the mid-record sleepies.
Yeah.
Can I be controversial?
Yeah.
Weakest track on the album.
Sure, speak on that.
I don't
Yeah.
like it. Well, I mean, I do like it, but like everything else is a 10 out of 10, and this one's just. The problem is he always plays this live because it's a good Circle Pit song, I guess.
Sure.
But just because it's a good Circle Pit song doesn't mean that it's a good song to play live.
Sure.
There are other. I don't know. It just. I think it's the piano.
Oh.
I don't know what. I think it's too much punk in my folk punk.
It absolutely.
Like if you're gonna go this punk, throw the piano out the window. You know?
Yeah.
Just make it a punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the drums are crazy.
Yes, the drums are nuts.
Super fast, breakneck speed. Like, we're going in.
Mm-hmm. I came a little strong out the gate. I do like this song. I do like it. Again, this is probably my favorite album of all time. It's tattooed on me, whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's just the weakest track. Who was the weakest player on like the 96 Bulls? I don't know, right?
Right.
But there was someone there was a golden team, but somebody was the weakest, right?
Everyone has a least favorite child.
Yeah. Oh, uh-huh.
Oh.
It's the middle child. You can't just say that.
You get to say things like that, Sarah.
Do you know how much therapy I'm going to need now?
I know a good one.
Well, we all think about if we're the least favorite child or not. We should listen to the drums at a minute.
Perfect. You said a minute 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's really contemplate here.
Say your piece to see him 'cause you're tired of wondering how much time you've got left, of worrying that you're no good at chess. It's your funeral.
I wonder that a lot.
Anyway, choose your game, then let's
Yeah.
Bang, zing, wing, boom. That's how that felt.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You felt like Crazy Frog?
A little bit. Actually, fully, yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, to be fully honest, it sounds like you're like possessed by a demon or demons.
I can't. They're so bold of them to cover Imagine Dragons on this one. Really.
Wait,
Really?
which song came out first? I need to
This
know
one, for the love of God, this one. Wait.
I don't know.
No. Wait. Hold on. This was 2015.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Imagine Dragons was like 2012.
Oh, it was 2012, wasn't it?
2013. 2013, January 28th, 2013.
Wow.
Recorded between 2011 and 2012 by Imagine Dragons.
That's
This
crazy.
was the track that he had previously planned to put on his other albums multiple times,
Oh.
recorded, back in like 2007. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, definitely not lying through my teeth.
Oh. I see.
Yeah, glad we can get that cross and save his honor.
Perfect.
Okay, but just quick hot take.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons' first album's really good. Demons is the worst song on it. The rest are
Oh,
really
sure.
good.
Sure.
Yeah, they get too much hate.
What's the name of that album? Night Visions?
Yeah, Night Visions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember bumping that ish.
It's time.
Love. Talk about some stomp clap.
Q101 played the shit out of that.
Oh, so did FM 1021 Sounds Different. That was my Milwaukee radio
Ooh.
station of choice. The like sort of alt station.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just think, I'm waking. Like that just it plays in my head. That little fun fact for you guys.
I was like, wait, what noise is that?
Is that radioactive?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you need to do that at karaoke now.
Yeah, sure. Do the breath and everything.
But can we talk about like the mentality of this?
Yes. Okay. So we were kind of alluding to this earlier. This sort of like, I think kind of the ethos of it is very, you're not delivering a perfect body to the grave.
That's exactly the line I pulled.
Yeah.
Time is not meant to be saved.
Yeah.
That always makes you think of, I don't know why, sometimes your brain loves stuff, where there was a general in the Civil War that loved his armies and just looking out on them and having them all together. It's like, dude, no offense, but like if you gathered them to send them out to sea, like you can't just sit here and, sit in it. You got to go out there.
Yeah.
So that mentality, life is a holiday, a moment stolen from the black before the demons drag you back. Was that a metalcore line?
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's happy or sad.
I think it's
both.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Positive Songs for Negative People.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's just like, you only have so much time on this earth. Fuck around,
Yes. Fuck around a little bit. This is like
So, Dad, if you're wondering why I'm trans, that's why. No.
Shout out,
fucking
Dad.
around.
I don't know if my dad's gonna listen to this. I love doing the trope of like, oh, the disapproving dad is not big with emotions. He's a boomer. I love doing that. My dad's not like that at all, but I feel really bad every time I paint him like that.
It's a bit.
It's a bit, and I'm committed.
Yup. But yeah, the notion of like fully like use it while you got it. It's like if you know what? I'm gonna say something really bold and brave. I think we're at a point. I don't think YOLO is cringe anymore.
Was it ever?
Wow.
It might have been cringe when it first started.
Yes.
But right around like 2016 and like November, no particular reason.
Right.
That's when it really hit of like, fuck it.
It's like, no, wait, actually? Yeah.
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 I mean, like, it's Carpe Diem. Like,
Exactly.
Romans were saying
Yeah.
that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paint it how,
Memento
say it, think
mori.
it however you want.
YOLO.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Marcus Aurelius would have wrote YOLO in his book if he had known about YOLO.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And like the line about like, life gave me demons, but I made friends with the devil, so
Yeah.
I'm invincible. That's so over the top, but so cool.
Good.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's some lines I think would be cheesy if Frank Turner wasn't doing them.
Yeah,
I'm like, he pulls
them
it off.
Yeah. And it's that mentality of just like, life might defeat you, but as long as you're you'll never technically lose.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, not to get like super down about it, but like, that's how I approached this election, where I was
Sure.
like, this sucks. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather be me than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So even if things end up bad, at least I was me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through and through. Mm-hmm.
Josephine. No. Oh, okay. Things might end up bad, just like they did in 1815 for one Napoleon when he lost
The war.
Battle of Waterloo. Is that where he lost and got exiled?
That sounds familiar.
There was a Battle of Waterloo. I
For
just don't know
sure.
who was
Famously.
there. Yeah.
ABBA.
That's what it's about. Sweden was there somehow.
Yeah.
Well, this is about two Josephines, right?
Yes. So lovely coincidence in history. Right around the same time, there was Josephine de... Oh, I should have practiced saying this. Beauharnais? Or it's French, so like Beauharnais? I don't know. It was Napoleon's first wife.
Beauharnais, maybe?
Oh, I'm so bad at
there's
French.
So many syllables in there.
And look, I
Beauharnais.
despise the French language. Don't waste so much ink. You know? If you're not going to say it, take it out.
Love a gratuitous letter.
And then Josephine Brunswick. Gotta love the Germans.
Yeah,
that's
let's
Beethoven's immortal love it that he would write all these letters to.
Oh.
And this song, oh my God, does it hit for me.
Yeah, tell me more.
I mean, just like, you get in the mentality of just like, both of those women took those men in history and kind of gave them a lot of oomph, a lot of like drive, it propelled them to new heights. You know? And it's from the perspective of like expecting life to just hand you somebody that's gonna just make everything better and bring out the full version of you.
Yeah.
You know? I could have been anyone but uncomfortable me. I wish that I was anyone except for just me. Oh,
Yoink.
that's some painful lyrics right there.
Yeah. And looking for sort of that counterpart, that Kris Jenner, that momager, if you will, to
momager.
to elevate,
almost
to
like
encourage, to...
like Lady Macbeth, but hopefully doesn't end with everybody dead kind of way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And his greatest hits album is called Songbook, and he does versions of some of the songs. The Songbook version of this is heartbreaking because it's all slow and just him and his guitar and everything.
Can we play some of it?
Yeah, let me see
I
if
wanna
I can
hear
find
it.
it. Let me see, because I want to hear it too. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah. Good beer.
Of course, when did I'm not going to say Lusitania, Edmund Fitzgerald sink? Sometime in history. When did the two Josephines exist?
Oh,
Sometime
my
Sometime in
God,
the
you're
exact
so
same
right.
time.
Previously. That
Previously.
happened previously.
Previously.
Last time
in
on
history.
The World and Human History.
Here's what you missed on human history.
Two women named Josephine and a boat sunk.
Write that down. Okay, here's the songbook version of Josephine.
Heard the name Josephine, came to me in a dream,
So the energy is just gone.
Yeah.
It's just
and I
in it.
don't usually set too much store by the things these things might mean.
It almost sounds like he's met his
It
Josephine,
was spoken
Yes.
with seriousness,
and it's all mournful. And
Yes.
like
more
things
of a
did
whisper
not work out.
than
It sounds like, yes, a memory versus a wish.
now I'm waiting on some Josephine to show herself to me.
Have you seen the music video?
I have not.
For the original song, it's just the band playing in an all-white room, and then just black paint being just poured on them.
Whoa,
Which
interesting.
As someone who despises sticky things, sorry to say that on the Stickiest podcast. Ooh, do I hate being coated in things that are no?
Yeah.
Just keep the beer in the glass.
Yeah.
Keep your paint in the can. Don't pour it on me. If
Just-
I was in a band, I'd be like, can I hit this one? Can you
Body
find
double.
find a
Yes.
body double? Never show my face. Do that whole thing.
Can it be like CGI, maybe?
There you go.
AI can do that somehow, right?
Yeah.
Have AI pour black paint on me.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
You can quote me on that. Have AI pour black paint on me.
Sometimes I wish we would name our episodes from lines.
Yeah,
I really want to name this
same.
episode "Have AI Pour Black Paint on Me."
Really?
But yeah, that version really brings you down, like 40% down, maybe, if you loved it.
Can we play just a quick,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
just a touch of the
The OG.
To
the OG?
contrast,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that.
Because it's so different.
Mm-hmm. Whoa!
So
Like,
catchy.
it's so upbeat.
Ding vocals slap every time.
Love!
I heard the name Josephine. It came to me in a dream.
This was also like the most Wombatsy to me.
I gotta listen to that.
Oh, I think you would like their first album. Yeah.
But not the second.
I like them all. Well, I like the first three for sure.
So now I'm waiting on some Josephine to show herself to me. I could have been anyone. I imagined
Yeah, ever since is like Foster the People Ye. It's very like
Oh,
it's indie. This is the indie
also
season.
my
This
love.
Yeah.
is the mid 2010s for
Yeah.
sure.
It's giving like indie synth rock, which is so like my wheelhouse.
Also, the line, "I'll come as a car crash, you come as James Dean."
crazy.
If I lived through that, I'd be like, oh my god.
My pearls.
Yeah.
Did James Dean die in a car crash?
Yes.
Great
Yes, sir.
line.
Which, like, also, would he have wanted to go out any other way? Come on.
You're so right.
Come on.
Yeah. Zach, were you familiar with sort of like when you read the title Love 40 Down? What did you like think of that?
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk
Oh.
Down.
No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
interesting.
No, I instantly looked it up because I was like, what is this song title?
Right. Because I also didn't realize, like, I just totally forgot about like tennis scoring.
Uh-huh.
And like I played so much Wii Sports tennis as a child. I should
Hell
know
yeah.
this. But
You got that wrist action.
yeah, and I had the strap around my wrist. We never broke any TVs.
Good for you.
Uh-huh. And then, you win and you get to the end and you just furiously wave the remote around
Yeah,
and make
yeah.
your meat, whatever. Anyway.
Definitely had mine on too. Sorry, Mom.
Wink.
Yeah, I was surprised that I didn't get the tennis reference either. I just watched Challengers.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I learned so much
Maybe
about...
if there was synth in this song. Some hard driving sexual undertones.
If it was a song about him.
So Love 40 Down. Ooh, there you go. Rip it, rip it. Is like kind of a pun on the tennis scoring system and also that he's in his 40s.
So he was going to turn 40. Yeah. And this is my favorite song on the album.
Oh, this is exciting.
No
Ooh.
question.
Okay.
I have always associated with the down on your luck, comeback kid, all
Oh.
of that. And this song is the anthem of that.
Totally.
Like, you're about to lose. Things are not looking good. And you're like, fuck, okay, I could do this. I could do this. And it just got that plucky, like, Spider-Man-esque vibe of,
Yeah.
you're going to pull this off. And, oh, man. So he was 34 when he wrote it. It's about turning 40 and everything. And, it's coming from the place of things not going well in his life, but he's trying to turn them around. And the soaring vocals that he just nails. And what did I write here? It's a positive song about having to come back from the brink on your own.
Yeah.
You're closer to failure than ever. And it doesn't say you can do it. It's just saying you have to try. And I love the line, there's no one waiting when I'm done. It's just like, you're going to do this and you're going to have to do it for you.
Right.
And you might not win, but you have to try and you have to try for you.
Yeah. You can't just lay down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before I die, I will have a 40 tattooed on me. And not alcohol. I'm talking about the number. I do love Cobra, though. No.
Poor Kane and Lost Toast.
Nothing says down on your luck quite like Cobra.
Right.
It doesn't even say beer on it. It just says like
Malt liquor.
malt liquor.
Oh my
The good
God.
stuff.
That's how you know it's artisanal.
Yes. Oh god.
But yeah, I really liked this. Like to be love meaning 0, right? In like tennis scoring terms versus someone having 40 as their score. Like you're really like severely the underdog at that point. Like the chance of success is really like gonna take a miracle,
Just like Zendaya's second boyfriend.
Exactly. But that notion of really wanting to turn it around, not wanting to, just give it up is inspiring and really like also has a place on this record. I like it a lot.
I'm just going to shout out the songbook version. That's
Yeah.
for if you're like feeling down at your lowest. The original version is great for if you know you're down at your lowest, but you're feeling like you can do it.
Okay,
This
yeah.
song will pick you. If you're at a solid like 40-50%, this song will pick you up to that 80-90%.
Huge.
The songbook version is if you're at a good old 20%. But
You want to wallow a little bit.
Yeah. It's the energy of that guitar.
Right.
It's driving.
And still really like folksy.
Like Johnny Cash could be singing right now.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm love 40 down. As the match slips away from me, I need the crowd to pray for me to turn this one around. I've worked far too hard to be this far from victory. I'm battered and I'm bruised, and I can't afford to lose.
What a build.
Yeah.
Oh,
It makes me want to succeed.
yes. It makes you want to succeed.
It makes you want to succeed.
And again, that's something that, like, yeah, everybody has in them, but when you're down on your luck, you don't remember that. And you need somebody outside of you to be like, hey, go try.
Yeah.
Go do this.
I feel like that would be great to listen to, like, before a job interview or something.
Oh, sure.
Do you have a pump-up song, like, if you're, like, interviewing for a job? I ask because I have one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What's yours?
So when I was applying for jobs 2 years ago, I started this playlist. I don't know if either of you listen to the Kind of Funny podcast, if you're big gaming nerds. They're like my heroes in terms of podcasting. Sorry, it's not you.
No, fair.
So one of them is he's all about hype. So I called it the Tim Geddes Hype Moment playlist. And there's a song in there that I played before every job interview 2 years ago. It is by The Struts, and it's called Pegasus Seiya. And I think they wrote it for like an anime.
Sure.
And it's exactly what you think it is.
Oh my god, wait, I want to play it actually.
Where was this when I recommend me a song game? This is so good.
I know, this is kind of an extension of that.
The gas.
I'm so powerful right now.
It is 1986. You're just eating a bowl of cereal on Sunday morning. And this comes on.
Oh my god.
You are ready to go.
This is so like training montage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Rocky would have won if he listened to that.
Yes. Oh my god. Wait, I'm not interviewing for jobs right now. I need to add that to the rotation though.
Yes.
So rock and roll. I love rock
Just
and
like
roll.
I thought track number 11, Silent Key, was also pretty rock and roll.
Ooh, this one is something else.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this whole album has been very like, I believe in myself. I can live the kind of life I deserve to live. Like, I can make choices and changes, and also my friends are beautiful. And then these last two songs,
A rocket blew up.
I said, oh. But also, like, they're not so like boohoo sad, but it is like kind of heavier stuff in still a pretty light package.
So do you know the story behind this song?
Only a little, but
So
I'd love
I mean,
to hear...
obviously, yeah. Like if for the listeners, I'm sure you know and everything.
Yeah.
It's about the Challenger explosion, 1984, and everything. Krista McAuliffe was the teacher who was aboard it and everything. The O-rings failed, all that good stuff, and it's a fictional story because Frank was 4 years old at the time it blew up. But it's a fictional story about how he's listening on a radio and he just tunes into the radio call from the people from the explosion saying, we survived the explosion. We're about to spend the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds falling to the earth and then we're going to die. But we're still alive right now. And if you ask Frank Turner, he says this is a positive song.
Right.
And I agree with him.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
it's all about living who you are, and you'll still win, even if life beats you up.
Sure.
Even if you're falling from a spaceship.
Krista McAuliffe
To your
died.
death.
Krista McAuliffe died doing something she loved.
Yeah, that's true.
It's depressing as hell, but she still did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
I can't say I've been in
It's
space.
terribly sad.
Right.
It's a positive song while you're negative. You know,
Yes.
it's bittersweet.
Positive song for a negative/positive situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And this is like our only prominent like guest vocal too, yeah?
So I got it right in front of me.
Yeah,
So
great,
Esme
please.
Patterson of Paper Bird. The label wanted Taylor Swift.
Yes.
I remember reading that and I'm like, wow, that's
Which
This
I think
this is post 1984 Taylor Swift.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Well, it was probably like the Butch Walker of it all, yeah?
Yes, yeah, because he was the producer. But like, come on.
Still.
Come
that
on.
would have I don't think that would have been the energy here.
No. It would've
Yeah.
been I mean, like, even if they were able to get her presence would have overshadowed everything with the song.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just not, no.
It would have been like that random like punk folk album Taylor Swift did guest vocals on rather than like
Oh.
Frank Turner's record.
Yeah.
yeah, that'd have been a weird choice.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't. And I think Esme Patterson like has this kind of haunting like delivery
Haunting's
too.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
the best description.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the idea of Silent Key Taylor's version.
It'll be on Reputation TV.
I would like to listen to the sort of like This is sort of like the part where Krista is like singing, quote unquote, but it's Esme.
Things I need were down here in the deep blue sea. The darkness up above. Let me out like unrequited love, while all the things I need are down here in the deep blue sea. The darkness up above. Let me out like unrequited love. Some things I keep are down inside this deep blue
Oh my
So
god.
rock and roll.
Master of building hype.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And the tragedy of that.
Right.
You're being led on by something that isn't going to go anywhere, and you had what you wanted the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and you realize it right before death. That's some Shakespearean shit.
Very
Oh my god. The songwriting on this one in particular is off the charts from the other ones.
cuckoo
The other one,
bananas.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the other ones are just like, oh yeah, like it's a little cheesy, but Frank owns it. This one's like, fuck, man, where'd that come from?
Profound.
Profound,
really.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. As she lost everything, you're still alive? Ugh. Ugh.
I'm pouring one out for the challenge.
Yeah.
My god. How would you say it? Might be a little obvious. How would you say that this song fits with our drink pairing?
Down into the deep blue sea.
The can's blue.
That's where the boat is.
That's where the boat is.
Also, it is a American tragedy that happened to a vessel in the late 20th century.
Yeah.
All
Both
those
the
things are
sinking of
true.
a boat and the explosion of a rocket ship.
I think that's like our strongest connection thus
Wow.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our next song, Edmund Fitzgerald, fits in perfectly.
Well, let's get into it. The final track on the album, track number 12, Song for Josh.
The best way I could describe this is I was at a party with some friends where we were all drinking and bringing vinyl to listen to. And my friend Jim brought this on. Do you guys know Jim Egan?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought you might. But either way.
Yeah.
So he brought this record and Silent Key ends. And he's in the middle of a conversation. He's like, okay, we're going to turn it off, turn it off. We cannot listen to Song for Josh. Like, that is not...
At a party.
No, we are not going to bring the vibe down with that one.
Yeah.
No, speaking of which, I do not have a connection with the drink for this song.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a joke. This is one of the most heartfelt,
Yeah.
beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. And, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a live version from a club in DC in 2014. Washington, DC.
Mm-hmm.
So it was for his friend Josh Burdett,
Mm-hmm.
who was the manager at that 930 club in DC, and
Mm-hmm.
he passed away in 2013. He was 35, and it was unfortunately due to suicide. And Frank specifically did not want a studio version of this song. To this day, this is the only way you can listen to it, is when he played it live. I don't know if he's ever played it live since. I feel like he did it one and done, and that was it.
Yeah, kind of make it special in that way.
Yeah, and it's so... I don't have words. Do either of you have words for this one?
It's just so I think the fact that it's so like direct, like it is for Josh to Josh, you know,
At his club.
And that I think is the most like heart-wrenching part of it is knowing this specific person is talking to this specific person that he unfortunately like is no longer able to like actually in person talk to. It's just, I don't know, this really tragic, like one-sided kind of conversation, and a lot of this longing, you know, this why didn't you call me, like I think about you all the time. It's just so full of like love. Like, yeah. It's, yeah.
I too have stood up on that, was it porch ledge or whatever the line is, but I know you would have pulled me back from the ledge.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Frank. He's so good. good.
And then at 9:30 each evening, I'll think of my friend. Like, it's
And
so
I'll look for
sweet.
you there at the foot stand, and I know I won't see you. And,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's so, and I mean, not that much about this song is very positive. It's a very sad situation for so many reasons, but also like to have curated that kind of connection with someone, to have such strong memories of someone and to look for them and think of them constantly, like, it's such a beautiful thing to have.
They were such a beautiful person. They touched him so much. I mean, like, he didn't live in DC.
Yeah.
He only knew him from, like, coming in, I'm guessing, like, playing the 930 Club and all that. And to be such a wonderful personality to impact somebody that way, that you're that close of friends and they can write this about you, like, that's a beautiful human being. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you consider to be the most touching moment in this song? Is it a line? Like, because for me personally, it's at the end.
Yeah.
Not even singing. When he finishes the song and everybody's cheering and he says, come on, let's hear it for Josh.
Yeah.
And you can just hear it in his voice. Because, like, I'm guessing, like, leading up to this was the final goodbye.
Yeah.
And when he's like, it's over. Like, show me how much we miss Josh. Like, oh my God, that's touching.
And how do you feel about that, like, as the way that this album ends, you know?
It's perfect because it fits in with the whole mentality of you don't control how life goes.
Yeah.
But you just have to take it as it is.
Yeah.
And make the positive out of it yourself, you know?
It's so beautiful. It, like, broke my little heart.
Do
Broke my little heart.
Do we want to break the hearts of the listeners? Do we want to play a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bawling right now.
Yeah.
Let's comfort them a little.
You guys are in for the long haul. Mwah, we love you.
God gone, and I can't say for certain what I would have said, but now I am helplessly silent instead. There's a hole in my heart and in my head. Why didn't you call? Why didn't you say something on the last time we met? Why didn't you say something? There's always hope left. And I can't say for certain what I would have done, but I can't do anything now that you're gone. And it kills me to think that for a second you felt alone.
I think that's the line that, like, really got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just hit me now that, like, there's always hope left might be, like, the thesis of the whole album.
Totally.
That's what it's all about, you know? And I think, I mean, this song's written to be there. This album's written to be there for people. And, like, what a terribly beautiful way to end it. Of just, like, hey, I mean, like, if you were listening and you were really down on your luck and, like, really feeling it, this song would hit you. You know?
Of course.
Yeah. It's just, God.
Yeah, the whole record, like, almost seems reverse engineered now. Like,
knowing
this was the last track and then writing the record around it.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
So I feel like it's kind of obvious why I chose this one. You know, like
yeah.
it's so he's got other albums, but this one's just so touching.
It's beautiful, and I think also, like, I mean, this record's just about to be 10 years old. It was released, like, over the summer, right? I feel like now's a good time to have a record like this maybe in the rotation. It's tough out there, you know? So to sort of have this pep talk of a record to pull from, I think could be really comforting.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a great pick.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you too, like, life right now, a little bit messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on in the key of Brie. But listening to this album again during all this, I'm like, whoa, I needed that.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh,
this
thank
has been
you.
And thank you for bringing this. Truly, it's a gorgeous pick, and I'm, like, I always am very grateful to have something so lovely come across my desk, as it were, and to be introduced to something that I perhaps never would have found otherwise. And
I mean, if you want to know more, I'll make you a playlist. I'll do it. I sing
happily.
I sing the ballad of Frank Turner everywhere I go. And
Yeah.
it's not just because it's in my arms, but yeah, no, his music's just so touching and
Well,
it means the world to me.
let's hear it for Frank. Let's hear it for Josh. I think we'll take a quick break and come back and give this album an award, huh?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Gorgeous.
It deserves one.
Oh, very much.
Very.
All right, so I'm here to present the Rebrewski for Does More For You Than an SSRI Ever Could, and it goes to Positive Songs for Negative People by Frank Turner.
Woo! Congratulations!
I'd clap, but I'm busy petting a cat.
These hands are busy.
Moose would be so offended.
Oh, yeah.
He says both hands, please.
Oh, yeah. She needs them. She needs them.
She deserves them.
She works so hard. Folks, thank you so much for listening to another wonderfully positive and also negative episode of Album ReBrews. We are Album ReBrews, and we will continue to be Album ReBrews. If you want to check us out online, we are on Instagram at Album ReBrews, and our website is www.albumrebrews.com.
A giant thank you to our editor and singer-songwriter extraordinaire, Cameron Bopp. Go check him out on the internet. He's got music out. He's got GeoGuessr streams. He's got it all, folks. We couldn't do the show without him. We really appreciate him. A giant thank you to Brie for coming on. Go check out with your thumbs, with the internet. Go check out In the Key of Brie, a phenomenal podcast, phenomenal blogs, great music recommendations, and album reviews. It's at In the Key of Brie on Instagram and In the Key of Brie on Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Brie, anything you want to say to the folks at home before we get out of here?
Yeah, things suck right now, but there's always hope left.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect way to conclude. With that, let's, in the order that we introduced ourselves, send everyone off with a sweet and tender ASMR style goodbye. I will go first. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Mine's gonna be the scream from that one song in the early part of the album. Goodbye.
Goodbye to both Little Moose here and to everybody listening.